by Jordan Bell and Nick Jaramillo. Tara Davenport is the athletic trainer, and Ami Ravi is the director of soccer.
A beautiful Tuesday evening in Knoxville, Tennessee, Regal Soccer Stadium, where East meets West. One Knoxville SC making its U.S. Open Cup debut against Memphis 901. The battle of I-40. It's an 80-plus degree day as we look at Memphis 901's lineup. We've got Philip Goodrum. He is the goal scorer for this team, but do not get worried about the opportunities that are come from Memphis 901. You've got Lauren Casadu, the captain, who's also a goal scorer, and some great midfield play from Aaron Malloy and Jeremy Kelly. Here's one Knoxville side. A couple of players making their professional debuts tonight. You have Peter Swinkles in goal, and the man Sebastian Andreasen, the Norwegian striker, who's also debuting for one Knoxville. This is a game with plenty of experience on one side, another side that's only getting used to the professional soccer world. One Knoxville debuted 2 weeks ago with a 2-1 win against Lexington SC in the USL League One. Memphis 901 has 2 losses in the USL Championship this season. That's the second division of professional soccer in the U.S. They've lost twice, 3-1 and 3-1 to Loudoun United and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And they recently got a draw 1-1 against Miami FC away. We've got a wonderful night of soccer ahead. Enjoy it with me. Here we're seeing the two sides as they prepare to kick off. The man in the middle tonight, head referee Matthew Thompson, assisted by Eduardo Chavez and Adam Rogers. The fourth officials, Harun Elayed. Memphis 901 in white, one Knoxville in blue. You may be familiar with some names on the Memphis 901 side. Tim Howard, the sporting director, former U.S. men's international goalkeeper. Another former men's U.S. international goalkeeper, Bill Hamid, in goal tonight for Memphis 901. Recently making the move from DC United in the MLS. Got Sebastian Andreasen in the middle, getting ready to kick off for the home side. I'm Brian Gabriel Ganever. We've got 90 minutes of really beautiful soccer here in Tennessee tonight. The fans eager to get this one started. The local supporter side, the Scruffs, in full force this evening, cheering on their home team as they seek to make a big upset against a second division side. There we go. Sebastian Andreasen kicking off to the middle. Play goes out wide for one Knoxville. Big boot up. Goes out for a throw-in. Got Kyle McDowell. Did not play in the opening match against Lexington SC for one Knoxville. The Englishman who's got roots in Northern Ireland and Scotland making his debut out wide on the flank tonight for one Knox. There's an opportunity for Sebastian Andreasen cutting into the box. Broken up well by Memphis. That ball goes out of bounds for another throw. Andreasen looking to be a problem in the middle for Memphis 901's defense. Getting the home side in blue. Got the long throw into the box. Header. Big shot from number 30. Over the crossbar. Bill Hamid feeling confident. Didn't even raise his hands to stop that one. It's a big hit from Jan-Erik Leinhos. The German also making his debut for one Knoxville tonight. Played last season with Louisville City in the USL Championship. A side that made it all the way to the final in the USLC. Losing a really devastating game. Leinhos with plenty of experience. Actually played his college soccer at Marshall University, winning a national championship there in 2020. Number 18 for Memphis 901. Looking to slow the play down a little bit. Keep your eyes on him. Number 7, one of the danger men, the Brazilian Bruno Lapa. Andreasen pressuring Bill Hamid out wide to safety. Big boot from Hamid. You know, there's a way one Knoxville likes to play. Mark McKeever, the Scotsman, not easily intimidated, has plenty of experience at the college and amateur level. It's only his second game as a professional coach, the Scotsman, but he's actually been here at the USL Open Cup before. He has coached Mississippi Bria, which picked up a big upset in 2018 against Indy 11 from the USL Championship, 1-0 in the second round. He's also taken the Des Moines Menace into the USL Open Cup, losing against St. Louis. One fun fact for McKeever's men, they've never lost in regular time. All their games in the Open Cup in the past, whether for the Bria or for Des Moines Menace, have gone into PKs. Great pass there. And that's a foul by the big center back for one Knoxville, Jalen Chrysler. Lapa helped up by the center referee. Number 6, Aaron Malloy standing over the ball for Memphis 901. Last season, Malloy and Jeremy Kelly, his partner in midfield, actually tied for the most assists on the team. They each had 10 assists in the USL Championship. Ball goes out of bounds for a goal kick. First touch of the ball for Peter Swinkles, San Francisco native, who played last season with one Knoxville's USL 2 side one of the first professional signings for one Knoxville. Was on the bench as they played Lexington SC. Same thing was the case for Danny Fernandez, one of the center backs, also part of that USL2 side last season. He made his professional debut late in the game against Lexington. The two will be hoping there's some hard-earned chemistry after that debut season last year. Swinkles takes the kick deep. Malloy with the captain's armband. No surprise to see Andreasen playing quite physically. That's one of his great attributes, the big Norwegian. Great turn from the number 11. That's the captain, Kiseidu, out wide to 77 for Memphis. Dribbles into the box. Number 18, just out of reach for the captain from Ivory Coast, Laurent Kiseidu. Memphis recovers. And here you're going to see the pressure from one Knoxville, team that likes to be in possession of the ball. When they're not in possession, they chase it like a dog after a UPS driver. Kisiedu strong after Angelo Kelly comes in for the tackle. Ball back out wide to Borzak. Borzak crossed into the box and cleared by the number 6, Jessin van der Plum, the Dutchman. Van der Plum, one of the two holding midfielders today, alongside Angelo Kelly, a product of the Feyenoord and Excelsior academies in the Netherlands. He actually played for Mark McKeever a few years ago at Young Harris College in the NCAA Division II. Was with the USL Championship side, the Switchbacks, last season in Colorado. You see a shot from outside the box, deflecting out, and cleared for a throw-in. There's Malloy with the big cross into the box. Looking for the head of the number 10, Philip Goodrum, actually a Nashville native. Goodrum kind of splitting the difference here between Knoxville and Memphis. The striker had 10 goals last season for Memphis. Likes to score with his head. 7 of those goals came from headers. Graham Smith, a defender for Memphis, 901, also added 5 goals with his cranium last season. Testy match so far. Pressure from Ilya Illich on Bill Hamid, who clears. Ball out wide, Van der Plum racing to get it. It's hard contact there on both Lapa and Goodrum from one Knoxville. Not surprised to see this physicality. We've actually got 2 Scottish coaches here. Scotland known for its very tough soccer. Stephen Glass, the head coach for Memphis 901, played professionally in England and Scotland, played for Aberdeen and Hibernian, as well as Newcastle and Watford in England, played for the Carolina Railhawks here in the United States before transitioning into coaching. Ball into Kisiedu, takes a shot, just wide. Looks like he didn't get all of it on that shot. Quick transition play there led to the opportunity for Memphis. Playing out of the back here to O'Hearn, Van der Plum. O'Hearn with the big ball out to Andreasen. Intercepted by Memphis. Back out wide, and no surprise here after a lot of contact in these first 9 minutes of action. Andreasen picks up the yellow card. Going to have to be careful here very early in the match. Ilic, the captain, Serbian-born, has a lot of experience in the pros here in the U.S. Ilic also played for Mark McKeever at Young Harris, played for Louisville, which won the USL Cup in 2017 and 2018, also with Indy 11 and New Mexico United most recently before making the move here to 1 Knoxville. Number 18 from Memphis. Malloy again out to Borzak. Borzak cutting in. Jeremy Kelly. Number 3, Carson Von Steeg. Kisiedu again with the ball. As it's stolen, and he went in from behind. Vanderplum arguing with the referee here, saying you were quick to pull out the yellow against us. Doesn't that pick up a yellow as well, sir? Price over the ball for 1 Knoxville. 6'4" center back. Former Detroit City forward, Madison and New England Revolution's Richmond Kickers player, was actually the finalist for 2022 Defender of the Year for USL 1 with the Kickers last season. Also convinced by McKeever to come here for this nascent project. Bill Hamid, goalkeeper in yellow for Memphis, won the U.S. Open Cup with DC United back in 2013. That was considered a little bit of a Cinderella story as they won. He hadn't appeared in that tournament until the final, made some big saves. They picked up the 1-0 win. This is the oldest cup competition in America, my friends. It's been running since 1914. These teams are competing for a chance to potentially face a professional MLS side in the next round. Atlanta United or Nashville SC could be waiting for either of these sides if they pick up the win here in the second round of play. 2 of 4 teams, or rather 6 teams from Tennessee that are representing the state in the U.S. Open Cup. That's number 4 for states with the most representation. Vanderplum and Ilic playing the ball in. Ilic winning the tackle, looking for a foul there. Looked like he had been held back, and we know that usually wins a yellow card. Yellow issued there to the number 18, Jeremy Kelly. American player, but was actually born in Prague in the Czech Republic, lived in Europe. Now playing here for Memphis, 901. Set piece opportunities. You got to think when Knoxville has something set up here for some of their big men in their opening game against Lexington SC. Both those goals came off set piece opportunities. Vanderplum. Big cross into the box for Andreasen, who centers it. Hamid scoops it up. Goal scorer for that opening match for 1 Knoxville. Jay Keegan on the bench this evening, along with the other goal scorer, Jimmy Villalobos, Bakersfield, California native. Scored the first goal in 1 Knoxville history from the PK spot. Here's Memphis builds. Vanderplum recovers. Angelo Kelly, Sean O'Hearn. Some tiki-taka play here as the ball goes out to Danny Fernandez, who gets it to Ilic. Ilic with quick feet. A lot of fouls here as Matthew says, no, no, my friend. We're setting that ball down, giving it to Memphis. The intensity here is no surprise. US Open Cup is knockout competition. You lose here, you don't get to play anymore. Both these teams just starting out their league campaigns. Like I said earlier, they have games next week. The ball from Malloy goes out of bounds. When Knoxville will be playing on Saturday away to the Chattanooga Red Wolves, while Memphis next Wednesday gets a little bit of rest, plays the Las Vegas Lights. Horn with the ball. Not a ton of possession for either side here as the ball ping-pongs back and forth. Drayson chasing it. Sean O'Hearn to safety. Cross in from Kaseydu. Borzak with the header, and Swinkle saves. Peter Swinkles alert on that one. Comfortable save. The man in orange, an ode to the city that we live in, Knoxville, Tennessee, home to the University of Tennessee. We are actually here on the University of Tennessee campus playing in this home stadium of Tennessee women's soccer, Regal Soccer Stadium. You can see that power tee out there on the mound. Close affiliation between Tennessee's program and one Knoxville. So the ball goes into Lapa. Lapa to the number 10, and Swinkle out quickly to keep that ball out of Goodrum's hands. Keem Ward heads that ball out of bounds. Got Frank Ross, another Scotsman, goes over to recover the ball. Ross, very exciting signing for one Knoxville. Played professionally for Aberdeen as well as Go Ahead Eagles in the Netherlands. Tore his ACL back in January of 2021. Was out for more than 2 years before returning and playing for one Knoxville against Lexington. You know, rivalries, they don't need a lot of history to explode on the field. First time these two teams face each other, and it already looks like a seasoned matchup between the Memphis and Knoxville sides. There's a push from Akeem Ward on Jessin Vanderploem, the Dutchman, and Andreessen was quick to show up and say, hey, how about you say that to my face instead, my friends? Not a lot of people want to, I'm sure of it. 6'4" Norwegian, played his last year of college eligibility for Central Arkansas in 2022. Won conference honors there, scored a lot of goals. Dangerous with the head, obviously, with the size that he brings to the field, but also can score with the feet as well as assist. Got to be careful, though, with that early yellow on him. He's going to the 19th minute of play. Recovery there from Memphis. They dribble up the field to the number 10. Lapa again to Goodrum. Like O'Hearn was going to shepherd that out of play. Winds up in Swinkle's hands. One Knoxville trying to play out of the back, but the pressure from Memphis very high. Same goes for when the Memphis defenders are in possession of the ball. Just resort to the big boot. Classic American style soccer from the American goalkeeper. Dow wins the header. Danny Fernandez, the Spaniard, dribbling. Don't expect this from the big Spanish center back. Wins himself a corner kick. Fernandez, like Andreasen and Swinkles, among the players who featured with One Knoxville in its USL2 campaign last year. The team went 13-3-1 as it claimed its division title, Southeast Division, over Asheville City. Lost in the conference final to the North Carolina Fusion. Linehouse taking the corner. Into the box. Cleared, Vanderplume. Back to Linehouse. German back to Angelo Kelly. Sean O'Hearn with the ball. Long diagonal ball, looking for McDowell there. Former Virginia Hokie, the number 3, goes out for a throw into Memphis. Virginia Tech Hokie. Let me make sure I say that correctly. Brees Buckmaster with the throw in. Another foul here. Borzak shaking his head for Memphis. Frank Ross coming over. The referee indicating where Frank Ross should take that free kick from. Always, if you play the game, you're going to try to win every inch you possibly can. Cross into the box from Ross. Cleared by Memphis. Looks like there was an offside on that play. Memphis with the ball. Buckmaster on the dribble. Back to Hamid. Foul there from Ward. Memphis's Ross goes down. Angelo Kelly, another one of the very experienced players for One Knoxville. Honduran native. Grew up mostly in Iowa. Has over 100 games of USL Championship experience with the Charleston Battery and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Another one of those players that has had some time with McKeever in the past, playing for him for the Mississippi Bria. Ball into Andreasen, wins the header. McDowell, back to Kelly. Andreasen again, the number 13, Danny Fernandez. Ball over to Linehouse on the other side. Well defended by Ward. Lapa on the ball, the tricky Brazilian out wide to Borzak. Dribbles into the box, looking for a shot. Deflected by Danny Fernandez, out for a Memphis corner kick. Second corner kick of the match for the West Tennessee club. Right in front of the scruff section for Malloy. Corner kick in. It's cleared to safety. Back into the box for Gooderum, and Swinkles again, safe hands from the Californian. Quickly out to line host when Knoxville looking to counter, but Memphis gets back. O'Hearn with the throw. Goes back across the left-hand side of the field for McDowell. Again, neither team really able to get a foothold in this game as possession dings back and forth. You have to imagine the nerves have cooled somewhat by now. Two very tough teams set up to compete. Win in attack and win in defense by their Scottish coaches. Vanderplum looking for the tiki-taka connection there. Sounds like McKeever told him, next time let's get rid of that ball quicker. Illich. Knoxville still in possession as the Serbian is down. Serbian number 10 with the armband. It was a first signing for one Knoxville outside of some of its former players. James E. Thomas, who does not make the side tonight, the wingback who featured in that Lexington match. Peter Swinkles in goal. It's been assured so far 26 minutes into this encounter. Vanderplum standing over the ball. Got to think he's looking for Chrysler or Andreessen there on the back post. Well controlled by Memphis. Has done a great job of neutralizing these set piece opportunities for one Knoxville. And there's Vanderplum blasting it away. Almost scored on the practice field there. Lapa changes the field to the number 19, Buckmaster. Andreessen chasing. You don't usually see players that size hustling like Andreessen has been, trying to win himself a place in this team after not making the match day squad in its USL 1 opener. Knows how much faith McKeever had in him. Andreessen said at the end of the 2022 USL 2 season that he had an opportunity to go back to college and make his claim, build a case for why the Scotsman should sign him as a pro. Obviously impressed enough to earn that contract. Fan favorite, as well as Fernandez. Bruno Lapa from Memphis. Good rum out wide, defended by Fernandez. Van der Plume. Illich pressuring. Malloy with good feet in the middle. Oh, good ball into the box of Gooderum. Keeps it in play. It's cleared by Chrysler. Great feet there from Jeremy Kelly. Good eyes finding Gooderum there just outside of the 6. It's Buckmaster with the throw. Ball goes out of bounds. Bruno Lapa, seen him on the ball a little bit tonight, the number 7 from Brazil. Spent 3 seasons with the Birmingham Legion. Just now playing in the MLS Next Gen Pro. That's another 3rd division, equivalent to the USL 1. Notched 19 goals and 11 assists in 70 appearances. 2 of those goals coming in the playoffs. Line host. There's Ross with the ball. He gets fouled from behind. Usually when you're taken from behind like that, that earns you a card. Did Ward pull on him or not? No. Simple foul from the experienced defender. Vienna, Virginia native. Again, the 2 holding midfielders, Kelly and Van der Pluim, discussing amongst themselves. Van der Pluim, big ball into the box. Foul from Chrysler. It's like a push from behind. When you're defending set piece opportunities, you're always feeling for that slight touch. Oh, Kisedu gets open, and a little too open. Looks like he was just offside as the linesman raises his flag. Kisedu, another special player for Memphis. The Ivorian appeared in 27 matches in 2022, 7 goals, 5 assists. Had been loaned from the Atlanta United Academy, has a long spell with Atlanta United. The MLS side, playing in its academy and reserve teams. Memphis tries to build here. Now Hernan moved up, let that space empty on the right-hand side. Ward to Kisedu, dribbling in the middle. Wide to Buckmaster. Back to Malloy, the number 6. Kisedu on the ball, the number 11. Turns. Kelly, Illich. A lot of confidence. Passing the ball in close quarters as Andreasen looked like all shoulder on there. Nobody there to help. Andreasen looking for a cross. Oh, and Bill Hamid out quickly. There's no chance he was letting Illich get to that ball on the back post. Mark McKeever's previously described playing against Andreasen like going to war. The big man, if he's in the right light, he kind of looks like a distant cousin of Manchester City forward, fellow Norwegian Erling Haaland. One Knoxville hoping he'll be as prolific in front of goal in 2023 as a Norway international. Graham Smith, the number 16, out wide. Ball out to Goodrum. Little pull on the shirt there, and Chrysler, smart move. Hits the contact threshold, and once you get over that 50% contact bar, you just, you got to hit the ground. You get possession of the ball back. Eliminates all dangerous scenarios. Goodrum standing just meters from Swinkles. Big boot. Ooh. Simple foul there. anybody watched the NCAA Women's Championship basketball match between LSU and Iowa, a lot of fouls in that game. I think it set a record 37. I think we've had about 37 fouls so far through 34 minutes of the first half here. Header there. Line host acrobatic. The German did his stretches this morning before showing up to the field. Andreessen putting the Memphis defenders under pressure every time they're on the ball. Godrum given space by McDowell, sends in the cross, cleared by O'Hearn. Kelly trying to put the moves on Kelly. Is that right? Jeremy Kelly and Angelo Kelly going after it. Linehouse making a run here and called back for a foul against one Knoxville. That was a lung-bursting run over there on the right-hand side by Jan-Erik Linehouse before the referee called it back. Chrysler to McDowell to Vanderploem. Back to McDowell. Vanderploem up to the Norwegian. Andreessen's got to watch himself. It's a line of physicality. Once you got that first caution, you don't want to cross it. And Knoxville picked up a couple of reds in its friendly matches earlier this season before its debut against Lexington. Definitely don't want to see that in a professional match. Foul against Andreessen here. Memphis 901 making its third appearance in the U.S. Open Cup. Last season, 2022, Memphis fell in the second round 3-1 to Chattanooga FC, which plays in the NISA, the National Independent Soccer Association. That's another third division in the U.S. soccer pyramid. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the USL1 MLS Next Gen Pro and NISA. Chat FC played one Knoxville in a friendly earlier this season, and not so friendly according to the commentators. And the Chattanoogans came out the victors 1-0 on that day. Memphis back in control of the ball. Lapa taking a cut in as he's fouled by O'Hearn. O'Hearn, the Lancaster, Pennsylvania native, led Georgetown to a national championship in 2019. We've got three former college national champions here on this one Knoxville side. O'Hearn with Georgetown in 2019. Jan-Erik Linehouse, the wide back with Marshall in 2020. And on the bench, we've also got Callum Johnson, the number 12 from New York, who won the national title with Clemson in 2021. As you see Memphis set up here. Malloy and Kisiedu. Kisiedu looks like he's going to take it. No, it's Malloy. Into the box. And that's a goal for Memphis 901. Opens the scoring in the 38th minute of the match. It's the number 77, Dylan Borzak, Detroit, Michigan native. As he meets the cross with his forehead, gets it past Swinkles. Trick play there between Kisiedu and Malloy. Diving header. Looked to the linesman, he was onside. Memphis 901 up 1-0 in the first half here in this battle of East versus West in Tennessee. Fans scattered around the stadium for one Knoxville, which we saw more than 2,500 fans come out in 35-degree weather. More than double that tonight. 80 plus here at kickoff. We see fans also scattered around the mounds here at Regal Soccer Stadium. Kind of have your choice of seating. So the ball goes out wide and linesman raises his flag. Memphis going to slow things down as best they can here. No, but Hamid takes it quickly. Godrum, Ward, and Kisiedu. Kisiedu, just such a smooth player on the ball. Great delivery, great dribbling ability. Look at Malloy there. Made it back. Building from the back from Memphis. Borzak to Malloy. Lapa coming back. Borzak again to Malloy. Smart soccer here from Memphis. Seeks to keep possession of the ball. Brazilian dribbles through midfield. Ward makes a run. Kisiedu looking to put the moves on O'Hearn. Graham Smith there. Jeremy Kelly. Uninterrupted possession here for Memphis. Got to believe this eases the pressure. That opening goal for Memphis. Now they can kind of play their game. Elich gets taken down. Breaks up that spell of possession. Lapa there interfering with a free kick from Vanderploom. Chrysler to the Dutchman. Dutchman up to Andreasen. Feels contact from behind. Nobody there to help him. Frank Ross to Danny Fernandez. Ross again. Vanderploom intercepted there. There'll be another free kick for one Knoxville. Does McKeever change anything here with his side down 1-0 in the first half, or does he wait to go into the break before making any changes to his formation, approach, or to his personnel? You know, we've got a lot of talent on the bench with Jimmy Villalobos and Jake Keegan, the goal scorers for one Knoxville previously on the bench. Vanderploom takes it in. Andreasen wins the header. He rises above his defender, brings him down. Foul call by the referee. Climbed them like a ladder there, Andreasen. Bill Hamid played one game for the U.S. men's national team at the Gold Cup back in 2017, and last year was called up by the Sierra Leone national side. Of course, that couldn't happen because he'd already played an official match for the U.S. His parents from Sierra Leone. Very experienced goalkeeper, longtime reserve for the U.S. national team. You know, Tim Howard, the sporting director for Memphis, knew what he was getting when he signed Hamid last month. Memphis back in. Back into space. Big ball up to Goodrum. Both sides looking to play over midfield, sending in those diagonal crosses, mostly in the air, from its defenders at center backs to its attacking players. Header won by Chrysler to O'Hearn. Line host back to Chrysler. Get ready to cross 45th minute here. Going to see how much added time the fourth official signals. As Kelly makes a run. McDowell staying on side, calling for it. Andreasen there. Diving header! And it's over the crossbar. Great defending there from Ward, the much smaller man. That was 5'7" versus 6'4", and he disrupted him enough to neutralize the threat there on Hamid's goal. Hamid takes the goal kick. Vanderplum rises to win the header. Kelly to McDowell. And Knoxville gets the throw there as it makes one final push before halftime. Need another boot. Offside call there against Memphis. Oh, little tussle there between Goodrum and Vanderplum. Goodrum picks up the yellow card. Vanderplum to the far right side of the field, where Kisiedu tries to save it. Quick throw by one Knoxville, line host. To Andreasen, who saves the ball, but just can't get enough power on it as Kisiedu clears, and the referee's whistle blows for halftime. Memphis 901 going into the break up 1-0 against one Knoxville. There we see some of the play from Memphis 901. Key players, Kisiedu, Heron Malloy, scores a goal in that trick play. Here we're seeing it as Malloy sends it into the box for Borzak. Borzak, who had been menacing on the right-hand side of the field, close to one Knoxville's supporters, the Scruffs. They must have been talking to each other because you see Borzak there. Give an earful and get an earful.
One Knoxville SC fans, be sure to join us on Wednesday, April 12th at 7 p.m. to watch your One Knoxville SC take on Central Valley.
coming together as a group, fighting for a cause that's bigger than yourself. These are all lifelong lessons that sometimes it's not as easy to learn in school. Well, soccer's obviously given me a lot in my community, and I know the power it has to transcend, different ethnicities, cultures, backgrounds. I lived in 3 countries. The one constant has always been soccer, and the language of the game. So it's always been pretty important to me, and I love soccer. That's why I keep playing it.
We are excited to announce one Knoxville Youth Club tryouts coming soon. Registration goes live next week. Shout out to all of the Knoxville Youth Clubs that came out today. Happy 9th birthday to Christian Winowitz. One Knoxville Sporting Club would love for you to celebrate your birthday with us. If you are interested in celebrating with us, please call 865-288-9886. Welcome back to the pitch, your One Knoxville Sporting Club. Happy 50th birthday to Jonathan Wimmer.
Back here at Regal Soccer Stadium for the second half. It's One Knoxville looks to claw its way back into this match after Memphis 901 took the lead through a Dylan Borzak header in the first. One Knoxville in blue, the home side here as the sun sets over the Smoky Mountains. Memphis 901 in white. Doesn't look like we've had any changes to halftime interval. This One Knoxville breaks. Great opportunity here out wide. Takes a shot. Oh! And Andreasen gets the tip of his boot to it, but it's just wide. Pacey shot there from out wide, and Andreasen just could not get to it in time. That's the kind of start that One Knoxville head coach Mark McKeever has implored his team to take, I'm sure. at halftime in front of these home fans. How will Memphis 901 respond? Neither team able to dominate possession in the first half as both played over the midfield, try to get those one-on-one opportunities and crosses into the box. It's a good run there for Memphis, the Nashville native who earned a yellow card for a little spat with Yassine Vanderploem there in the first half. You got to believe the number 6 Vanderploem for One Knoxville's going to look to agitate, maybe pick up a second yellow there. So McDowell goes to take the throw in. The Englishman throws it up to Andreasen. O'Hearn, Angelo Kelly to Linehouse. Frank Ross with the ball. Looked for the wide, but the lane had been blocked by Memphis. One Knoxville earned to throw back in its own territory. Beautiful night here in Knoxville, Tennessee. The kickoff, we were in the 80s. Very different from One Knoxville's first professional match against Lexington 2 weeks ago. A chilly 35-degree night. On that occasion, Knoxville picked up the 2-1 victory against Lexington. Memphis here looking to win its first game of the season after losing twice and drawing most recently against Miami in the USL Championship. Memphis 901 playing in the U.S. Second Division. That's the USL Championship. One Knoxville, one division below in the USL League One. Both sides will be in action again very soon. One Knoxville traveling to play the Chattanooga Red Wolves this weekend on Saturday. Memphis plays the Las Vegas Lights next Wednesday. All those games, of course, are broadcast on ESPN+. But we're here tonight via YouTube. Grateful for the opportunity to be back with you. Brian Gabriel Canever here on the call, spending last season with you, me and my partner, Andy Brock. Andy couldn't join us tonight, so I'm pulling double duty here. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast just as much as you're enjoying this game as Kisiedu gets the ball. Back to Goodrum. Looks like a little bit of a formation change here for Memphis. As Akeem Ward loses possession. One Knoxville quickly out. Linehouse looking for Andreasen there. Looks like he might have an opportunity on goal. Andreasen, can he take the shot? Oh, saved by Hamid. Big chest by the former U.S. men's international. Andreasen nose down, running like a Mustang at goal. The Norwegian could not get it past Hamid. Hamid brought to Memphis by his former teammate, Tim Howard, longtime U.S. men's national team goalie. One Knoxville here with another set-piece opportunity. McDowell keeps it under his chest like a pregnant lady at the ball game. Gives birth to the ball. Look for Fernandez, Chrysler, and Andreasen to get on the end of it here. McDowell on the ground there. Looks like a miscommunication. They were going for some kind of trick play. Frank Ross looking at McDowell saying that telekinetic connection just wasn't there. I think Kisiedu was surprised. Frank Ross got to calm himself down there. Throwing that ball away, that's how you earn yourself a yellow card. Referee trying to instill some order in this match. Like a boarding school schoolmaster there, and he whistles again for the foul. I think it was Kelly in there hard on Ward. Center F. Matthew Thompson has been busy tonight. See if she was a yellow card. Frank Ross and Sebastian Andreasen now both playing with yellows. Ross, one of those players who's been such an exciting addition to this one Knoxville side. His fellow Scotsman, the coach Mark McKeever, brought him in after a professional career playing for Scotland's youth teams, the U19, U17 internationals, also for Aberdeen, as well as Go Ahead Eagles in the Netherlands. Memphis here with the ball. Under a lot of pressure. There we see Ross wins the ball. Out wide, not a lot of help. Dribbles around 3, gets it to McDowell. McDowell, looks like he's dribbled that. Took a touch too many there. Andreasen frustrated there. These players, however, are all professionals. Jan-Erik Leinhos debuting for one Knoxville after not making the side for the Lexington SC match. Leinhos, the German, who has professional experience with Louisville City in the USL Championship. Felsberg, Germany native. Throw in for Memphis. Keemort's been so good in defense tonight. Chrysler there, looking like he caught some body part to the face. Vanderplum, of course, indicating to the referee that was an elbow. Would not be surprised to see more cards come out this match. Like I said earlier, one Knoxville picked up a couple of reds in its friendly matches as it made a tour through the lower divisions this season, playing against Columbus Crew, its reserve side, Louisville City, Chattanooga FC, as it prepared for its USL League One campaign, its inaugural campaign, after playing last year in the pre-professional USL 2, the 4th division of US soccer. Swinkles here has the ball deflected out of bounds for a goal kick. You see players warming up on the sideline for both Memphis and Knoxville already into the 54th minute of the match. The number 18. Oh, and it's a great interception from Chrysler. Got a free shot on goal there. Looking to make the YouTube highlight reel. But the big man says, not today. Great hustle there from Carson Vom Steeg, Santa Barbara, California native from Memphis, 901, as Angelo Kelly was breathing down his neck. We got Frank Ross with Illich. Back to Ross. Oh, and the referee points to the spot. It's a penalty kick for one Knoxville. The two attacking midfielders combining there, Serbia and Scotland. Frank Ross almost feeling like sensing that Keemort was going to go to the ground there, cut it back rather than taking the shot on goal. Gets taken down there. And who's going to take it from the spot for one Knoxville? It's Ilya Illich, the captain. A lot of experience here for Illich. He scored many goals in his professional career. Bill Hamid standing on the line. Illich prepares to take here. it's a goal! One Knoxville back in this one as Illich sends Hamid the wrong way. A stupendous strike from the Serbian. Low into the right-hand corner. Mark McKeever smirking. Game on, 1-1. The temperature's only gonna rise here as the smoke rises from the stands. The Scruffs celebrating as their captain gets them back in this one. Will this be the momentum swing that one Knoxville needed to pick up the crucial win here at home? Again, this is the US Open Cup single elimination tournament. This game ends tied. It will go into extra time and penalty kicks. Mark McKeever has only been eliminated in penalty kicks in his previous US Open Cup experience with the Mississippi Bria and Des Moines Menace. Angelo Kelly here to Linehouse, who saves it. Ward quickly on him, and ball goes out of bounds. It's a Memphis throw-in. Spoke to the Knoxville coaching staff before this match. They said, keep your eyes on Illich and Frank Ross, two of our veteran players, high-profile signings for the side. They combined on that one critical play there on the pass that led to the penalty kick. For Ross being fouled, Illich, a pulverizing strike from the spot. Will Knoxville slow the game down here and look to maintain possession, or will it keep the pressure on in Memphis? Don't expect to see either side to get stuck in the trenches here. Both vibrant attacking sides. This ball goes out wide to Linehouse. Takes a big cross into the box. Andresen looking to meet it. Oh, and it's a collision. Both men go down clutching their heads. Gotta hope it's nothing serious here. Extra precautions being taken now. Concussion protocol. Drayson, that ball was just a little bit low. Went to head. It looked like he headed into the Memphis defender. Both men down. Graham Smith, another giant, playing on the back line for Memphis. First up. Graham Smith earned all-league second-team honors last season for Memphis, as the team finished second in the Eastern Conference of the USL Championship. This is a very good Memphis side, people. Finished second in its conference last year, was eliminated in the second round of playoffs by the Tampa Bay Rowdies. High-level football here on display in Knoxville. Like I said earlier, you don't think Tennessee's a soccer state. Only 3 other states have more teams competing in the US Open Cup, and that's California, Florida, and Texas. Tennessee in at number 4 with 6 sides representing the state in the competition. As Knoxville looks to take the corner kick here. Jan-Erik Linehouse, the German. All the way out to Vanderploem. The Dutchman couldn't find space. Angelo Kelly, shot from distance. And daisy cutter, a couple of feet wide there. Hamid never in trouble. Big man, Bill Hamid. Don't want to come out on the rock side of a one-on-one against him. Very experienced goalkeeper. Long-time MLS keeper. Some professional experience in Europe before returning to DC United and then making his way to Memphis this season. Foul there for one Knoxville. As Lapa refuses to give his hand to Vanderploem. Vanderploem trying to get in the head of the Memphis attacker. Vanderplum partnering Angelo Kelly there in midfield, the Dutchman and the Honduran. Malloy, who assisted that first goal from the set piece for Memphis. A little further out this time. Malloy goes to Kiseidu. Angelo Kelly recovers to Illich. So when Knoxville looks to break here. There's Illich to Andreasen. Linehouse into the box. And that's a last-ditch tackle from Ward. Perfectly timed. That was millimetric from Ward. His Linehouse was barging into the box. It's a corner kick for one Knoxville as McDowell. Ball's not under the shirt this time. Just gonna keep it out there in the open. Free balling. So he looks to take the corner kick. McDowell to the far post. Andreasen tied up there by the number 3, Carson Vom Steeg. Experienced defender for Memphis. Not going to make it easy for the big Norwegian. Vom Steeg previously playing for Loudoun United, the Virginia side in the USL Championship. Served as captain a few years ago, 2015 through 17 for the U.S. men's youth national side. Malloy to Kisiedu as Ward makes a run. Pauses, Kisiedu into the box, cleared by O'Hearn. Illich, it's back to Memphis. Malloy again. The play seems to run through the charismatic captain as O'Hearn again intercepts with the forehead. Andreasen chasing. Kelly wins the ball. Can he find space here? And Kisiedu with an interception. Does it all, the Ivorian, on the attacking and defensive ends for the West Tennessee club. Swinkles again making his professional debut tonight with a big boot. 3-1 Knoxville players. Vanderplum gets it. Back to O'Hearn. To Linehouse. Frank Ross. Illich. Linehouse again. Three-pronged European threat on that side of the pitch. With Ross the Scotsman, Linehouse the German, and Illich the Serbian, and Andreasen the Norwegian. It's Illich on the ball. Danny Fernandez. Can't tell if he got fouled there or if he pulled something, the Spaniard. Oh, yeah. It was right on the Achilles heel there from Borzak, the goal scorer. Very physical matchup. The man counting the fouls tonight is going to be very, very busy. The scoreboard, we're seeing 14 fouls for each side, 14 for one Knoxville, 14 for Memphis. Both sides even on shots, 6 shots apiece. As Frank Ross stands over it for the set piece. Plays it short. Big ball into the box. And he was offside there, O'Hearn. Fortunately, for those of us who are used to watching the game in broadcast, you get to see that invisible line, like the line of scrimmage in football. We got that offside line, the VAR line. Players don't see that. They got to figure it out on their own, and O'Hearn was just a few feet offsides on that one as the ball goes out to Kisiedu from Memphis. Again, Memphis in white, one Knoxville in blue. Goes back to Malloy. Memphis comfortably in possession here. Andreessen, who had been chasing the defenders for much of the first half. Got to think he's a little winded. Big Norwegian also had a big collision with Von Steeg as Chrysler plays it back to Swinkles. Looks like a handball there against Memphis. Cagey match here. Doesn't look like a side playing in only its second professional match here, one Knoxville. Again, this is a new look side. For those of you who tuned in last year on YouTube to our broadcast, a few players returning. We've got Sam Fletcher on the bench for one Knoxville, the holding midfielder. Peter Swinkles, Danny Fernandez, Sebastian Andreessen, James E. Thomas, who did not make the bench tonight. Vanderplum sends it in, looking for Andreessen. Loses his footing there, the Norwegian. He's back, across, into the box. Safely in the hands of Bill Hamid. Ward dribbling down the left. Back to Malloy. A lot of the play seems to go through the number 6, Malloy. Irish player, Dublin native. Oh, slick move there from Jeremy Kelly. Interception from Angelo Kelly. Kelly and Kelly. Illich smartly goes down there after it's grabbed. And Memphis preparing a couple of substitutions here. It looks like the number 9, Fernando, and the number 55, Sebastian Velasquez. One Knoxville. We're going to counter those substitutions. We're seeing 3 players on the sideline for Knoxville. Might be seeing the goal scorers from that first match against Lexington making their way onto the field. Jimmy Villalobos. We see the first substitution for Memphis, the number 55 for the number 7, and that is Velasquez for the Brazilian, Bruno Lapa. You see Fernando going in for Borzak, the goal scorer. Here are the one Knoxville substitutions. Callum Johnson, the number 12. Jake Keegan, the number 7. And Jimmy Villalobos, the number 14. Sebastian Andreessen leaves the match to bursting his lungs on the front line. Frank Ross also exits after earning the penalty. Knoxville changes its attacking trident there with all 3 of its front men making way. A lot of experience just came onto the field for Knoxville. For Memphis, at number 55, Sebastian Velasquez, Medellin, Colombia native. Has a lot of experience with the El Paso Locomotive. We also see another Brazilian, Luis Fernando, making his way onto the pitch. Fernando last season started 22 of 29 matches for Memphis. The defender, 4 goals, 5 assists for the side, which is in possession right now. Cleared by Knoxville. See Kelly dribbling. Line hosts safely out for Knoxville. During the 71st minute of the match, we'll play a 90 here. If the game is still tied, go into extra time and potentially penalty kicks. PKs make me sweat. I'm Argentinian, so I had to see the World Cup final go all the way to PKs. Fortunately, we wound up on the right side of that. Both sides here hoping to end up on the right side. This U.S. Open Cup second round matchup. See Chrysler there defending. And Velasquez called for either an offside or a foul. Can't tell as it darkens here at Knoxville. Fernandez tying his shoe. Didn't double it up there. I like to double up my shoelaces, make sure they don't fall out. Spaniard doing well here in his first professional start. Played his college soccer at Lenoir. Rhine was previously the conference defender of the year. Scored a couple of goals last year in Knoxville's USL 2 run, including in that game against the North Carolina Fusion in the conference. And in the conference final for the Southern Division, or the conference semifinals, I'm sorry. Knoxville lost 2-1. Now we see a yellow issued to the number 16, Graham Smith, Highlands Ranch, Colorado defender.
A caution has been issued by the referee to Memphis, number 16.
Van der Pluim on the ball for Knoxville. Big boot. Looking for Keegan there. It's another set piece. Knoxville won't have the size of Andreasen here. Send up Jalen Chrysler from the back. Number 12, Callum Johnson going to take that one. Johnson, Red Bull Academy product. That's the New York Red Bulls from the MLS. Callum Johnson, New York native. Played with the USL Championship side, the LA Galaxy too. Won a national championship with Clemson in 2021 as Kyle McDowell makes way for Derek Waldeck. That's a fourth substitution for Knoxville. So ball comes into the box. It's a foul called against Knoxville. Waldeck, a California native from Santa Clarita, California. Not Santa Clara, Santa Clarita. Former Stanford Cardinal, Stanford. What a dynasty they had there, winning 3 national championships in a row in the mid-2010s. Waldeck had been drafted by FC Dallas, played with North Texas, and most recently the Greenville Triumph in the USL League One. Van der Pluim and Kelly combined there. Kelly looking for Villalobos. It's a Latino connection there. This ball goes out wide. Villalobos. Danny Fernandez there. Jalen Chrysler as it goes all the way back to Peter Twinkletoes Swinkles. Hasn't had to shine too much tonight, Swinkles. A couple of comfortable saves in that first half. And then the Borzak header. It was, to be fair, hard for any goalkeeper to get to. Got here a run from the number 7 for Knoxville, Jay Keegan. Cross into the box, intercepted by Akeem Ward, who's been everywhere tonight for Memphis. Kisiedu. And the number 55, Velasquez, as Kelly does everything he can to stop him, and he's going to earn himself a yellow card here. Did about everything he could to get him to slow down Velasquez, the Colombian. Now we've got 2 players on the field for Knoxville on yellow cards, Van der Pluim and Angelo Kelly, the holding midfielders for the team. It's Malloy, the Irishman, sends it out wide to his teammate. Goes back across to Ward, the number 14. Linos late on the tackle there. or tricky feet. Goes out wide to Kisiedu, back to Malloy. Pressure from Keegan. Now, Graham Smith, the number 16, also on a yellow card on the ball. Sends in a big cross there, looking for Kisiedu. Kisiedu drops it down the Ivorian. Looking to take a shot at goal. Oh! Drilled it. Swinkles reacting late there, but the ball safely out of bounds. Almost no spin on that ball as he just drilled it. Kisiedu, the captain for Memphis on the night. Big-time goal scorer for the side. Very experienced. Played in 27 matches last year. 7 goals and 5 assists. Again, has a long history with Atlanta United and its academy and reserve sides. Smith back to Hamid. Bill Hamid with the big boot. Kelly, and it's in the middle for Vanderplume to Fernandez. Fernandez there. Loses possession of the ball. Memphis driving. Looking for the shot here. Oh, and it's off the post! Oh! It's a massive tackle there as both players collide in the box going for the ball. Angelo Kelly and the number 10 Goodrum for Memphis. Swinkles there, saved by his skinny white friend, the left hand post. The ball ricochets. Great shot there from the number 9, Luis Fernando. Kelly's down. Kelly has put in a shift tonight, wearing the captain's armband after Illich exited the match. Vanderplum rewinding some of the previous events of the match to the referee. Oh, and how kind there, giving a hug to Velasquez as he talks to the center man. See McKeever there. Coach talking to his assistants. Jordan Bell, who is former goalkeeper for McKeever, fellow Scotsman, and Nick Jaramillo. Jaramillo coached with McKeever, young Harris. He was also one of the assistants in the USL 2 year for One Knoxville, so One Knoxville faithful will be familiar with him. Some previous coaching experience with North Carolina FC. Another USL 1 side, coaching in some of its youth players. That was a big collision. Both players seem to have shaken it off. Swinkle stands over it. Entering the 80th minute. Got about 10 minutes left in this one. If it ends tied, we will go into extra time. As Callum Johnson rises. Can't quite get to it. The number 18, Waldeck, chasing it down. Helps win the throw-in for Knoxville. The referee not amused. Fernandez must be feeling grateful after his touch on the ball resulted in that giveaway that gave Fernando an opportunity to shoot on goal. Much safer there. Villalobos rises for Knoxville. Memphis wins the ball. Again here, Fernandez with it. Slipping on the grass. It's the grass field for Knoxville, home of the Tennessee women's soccer team, the Lady Vols. Some of you may not know, Tennessee has one of the top turf grass programs in the country. John Sorokin, one of the turf grass professors here, has previously worked on the field for the '94 World Cup that the U.S. hosted, and will be working on the fields again for the 2026 World Cup. He'll be working with a team to identify the best surfaces for the best national teams in the world, which will be here in the U.S. I believe we've got a game that will be played in Atlanta for that one. A little slippery tonight. And there, Swinkles. To Chrysler. Chrysler gives it away. But Kelly mops up. It's Johnson. On the ball. Dribbling in, that's Waldeck going wide to Linehouse. Will Linehouse get to it? Oh, and he does. Big cross into the box. Oh! How's Keegan looking to meet it? The goal scorer, longtime pro, played in the German 6th division, Irish 2nd division for Galway United, played for FC Edmonton in the North American Soccer League, RIP. St. Patrick's Athletic in the Irish 1st division. Jay Keegan, the Stormville, New York native, looking to cause a storm here tonight for one Knoxville with just under 8 minutes left in regular time. As Memphis drives forward. Oh. And the linesman raises his flag there. As Memphis combined to put a shot on goal. Whistled just wide of the post, but player called for an offside. And here it's Sam Fletcher. Number 23. Coming into the match for Jessen Vanderploem, the hardworking Dutchman, who has put in quite the shift. We hosted the Knoxville Marathon here over the weekend in Knoxville, one of the qualifiers for New York and Boston. Vanderploem might have been running in that one because he really put in some mileage tonight. His legs are going to get a rest as Sam Fletcher makes his professional debut. Fletcher, Phoenix, Arizona native, played his college soccer at UC Santa Barbara and featured last season in the Knoxville side that won the Southeast Division in the USL2. Ball in for Linehouse, and linesman on this side raises his flag as well. Both teams feeling hard done by in the last minute. Malloy standing over it, the hardworking captain. Creative linchpin along with Kisiedu. Linehouse on it to Villalobos. Fletcher with his first touch. Goes out wide to Waldeck. Here Villalobos again. Danny Fernandez. Fernandez again. Knoxville looks to come out on the left-hand side. Dribbling in. Ball goes through to Villalobos. Surely onside. Ball in for Linehouse. He gets there. Oh, Ward breaking up the play again. Exquisite timing there from the Memphis defender. This ball goes out for a Memphis throw. Great read there on the left-hand side of the field from Knoxville. Number 27 entering the field, Jelani Peters for Memphis. Peters, a towering 6'5" defender from Trinidad and Tobago. Hamid with the punt upfield to Goodrum. Sean O'Hearn rising as Kisiedu's now on the ball. Malloy, all wide to the right-hand side. Memphis building here. Player dribbling into space. Seeing off Kisiedu again in possession. The number 18 for Memphis. Wide here, the number 9, Fernando, all the way across. Reese Buckmaster, the defender from Indiana, takes a swing and a miss for Memphis. That was a bullet cross in there from Fernando, the Brazilian. Waldeck throws it in for Knoxville, Villalobos. Kelly attempting to break it up there. And an offside flag as Goodrum hits the floor. Up quickly, no surprise there. Game this tight, you're gonna look for every opportunity you can, regardless of if you're the host or the visiting side. Single elimination here. Oldest cup competition in America. More than 100 years. 1914 is when the U.S. Open Cup started. Memphis playing in its 3rd edition of the Cup. One Knoxville, of course, making its debut. It's not uncommon to see sides from a league below go far in the USL, or in the U.S. Open Cup. Last year we had Sacramento Republic from the USL Championship, making it all the way to the final, where it lost to Orlando Pride from the MLS 3-0. It's Memphis out here wide, playing Fernandez. Malloy, cleared. Oh, headed back. Fernando slices it over the goal. Sacramento Republic made a run last year. Union Omaha also had quite the run. Beat the Des Moines Menace in the 2nd round last year, and then defeated the MLS side Chicago Fire on penalty kicks, and Minnesota United in the round of 16 before falling 2-1 to Sporting Kansas City. That was 2 MLS heads that the Middos came home with. When Knoxville has a Union Omaha player on the bench tonight, Gabriel Claudio, defender. Peters back to Hamid as line host chases for Knoxville. Fernandez wins the header. Got to be careful there. The number 18 for Knoxville, Derek Waldeck. Got to see yellow. The referee, Matthew Thompson, he's been active tonight. You know, he's got to be hoping people take it a little bit easier on the pitch, but it's not the way things work in the beautiful game. 90th minute, 1-1. Malloy standing over it. Will this game be decided in regular time? If it is not, we will go in and play some more football. I hope everyone's got benevolent bosses they might be sending late night text messages to saying, I'll be in a little late tomorrow morning, as the clock ticks past 8:53 here in Knoxville. Swinkles sending it out from goal kick. Peters wrestling with Keegan. Neither man called for a foul there. It's Fletcher to it. Fletcher's got Waldeck out wide. Waldeck looking for space, sending across. Johnson on the ball. Back to Fletcher. Last season, Keeper called him Wee Sam Fletcher. Like a bulldog there in the middle of the park. The Phoenix man. As the ball goes out for Memphis, throw in deep in its own half. Got to imagine Knoxville's going to pressure here, try to win this back. Send it across. Strategy works. As Knoxville wins possession of the ball. Villalobos. All the way back. Can Keegan get to it? Nope. Hamid will get there first. The goalkeeper claiming it. Number 21 for Memphis. Saying, come on, get out of here. And the big boot. Won by Kelly. Villalobos on it. Kelly again. Opportunity here for Knoxville. Kelly again, and they lose possession. Linehouse shouting for it down the wing. But Kelly couldn't get it to him. Fernando looking to take the throw here. So we near 2 minutes of added time in the second half. Swinkles to clear here. Big boot from the Californian. Oh, quick feet there from the number 18 for Knoxville, who wins it back. Villalobos showing for the ball. Callum Johnson with it now, the number 12. Loses possession. Casiedu on it. Velasquez also loses possession. Tired legs out there for both sides. The heat's been pleasant for fans, but probably been tough to adjust to for players as the weather here goes topsy-turvy in Knoxville. Have a couple of 80-degree days, and then it's back in the 60s with rain for us. If you didn't know it, you think Seattle's a rainy city. Knoxville actually gets more rain on average than Seattle. It gets quite depressing here in the wintertime, but fortunately, April showers bring one Knoxville football. And that makes us all happy, boys and girls, as the head referee whistles to the center of the pitch. Match ends 1-1 in regulation time. Both teams giving it all for 90 minutes. See the first goal there from Malloy connecting with Borzak from Memphis, which went up 1-0 in the first half. A very close match. Borzak celebrating. Now here's the equalizer from one Knoxville. Scotsman Frank Ross earning a penalty kick after a 1-2 combination with Ilya Ilic, the Serbian, who sent the ball past Bill Hamid from the penalty spot to even things up 1-1. See McKeever here talking to his men. It's not an orange slice in Jalen Chrysler's hand, though you've got to imagine that some of these players wish somebody had brought orange slices. I don't believe there is a designated orange slice provider for the home side, which will look see the instructions here from the coaching staff as regular time is finished 1-1. What's to come next? We shall see. I'm Brian Gabriel Canever here, reporting from Regal Soccer Stadium, home of Tennessee Women's Soccer and one Knoxville SC of the USL League One. Looking to upset the USL Championship side here. Got a 3-minute break here for the start of the first half of extra time. And we are back. Just enough time to take a potty break as we enter the first period of At a Time. For those not so familiar with the rules of knockout soccer here, we're going to see two 15-minute periods. If the game is not decided after 30 minutes of additional play, it'll go to those dreaded penalty kicks. Both sides looking to avoid the shootout. It's been a very closely contested match here between Knoxville and Memphis, the two Tennessee sides showing up for the state, showing what soccer in this beautiful, beautiful Southern Oasis is like. Tennessee repping hard in the U.S. Open Cup, the fourth state, or rather the state with the fourth most teams, 6 sides between Memphis 901, 1 Knoxville, the Chattanooga Red Wolves, Chattanooga FC, Beeman United, and yes, our MLS side from Middle Tennessee, Nashville SC. Knoxville and Memphis playing for an opportunity here to come up against an MLS side in the next round of play. One Knoxville which plays its regular season soccer in the USL League One, a 3rd division league. Memphis in the USL Championship, a 2nd division league. As Villalobos wins it here, cross into the box to Keegan! And he heads over. The Stormville, New York native goal scorer against Lexington stretches out. Ball was a little behind him on that one. Keegan has scored many goals in his career, which has spanned several leagues in several countries. Most recently, he was with the Greenville Triumph, USL 1 champions in 2020. Memphis gets the ball up safely in the hands of Mr. Swinkles. It's a ball out wide to O'Hearn. Couple of players here on yellow for both sides. Most recently, Graham Smith, the defender for Memphis. Got Waldeck on a yellow, as well as Angelo Kelly for 1 Knoxville. As we see Keegan get a talking to here. Fouls aplenty in this match. 1 Knoxville with 20 fouls committed. Memphis with 15, 35 fouls in total. I believe the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship had 37 fouls, which was a record. The footballers on the field tonight looking to beat that one, saying we can do one better. Hopefully no expulsions here for either side. I hate to see a red card, but in a match this hard fought, it's never a surprise as Memphis looks to break here. Oh, the number 19, Reese Buckmaster, with the ball into the box for the number 10, Goodrum. Just couldn't reach it. Goodrum, a prolific goal scorer. Just didn't have the length on him to get there. You could see the exhaustion on the players. As it looks like the Memphis man might have taken one to the nether regions on that one. Fellas, we've all been there. I can sympathize. Buckmaster. What a name. Reese Buckmaster, the number 19 defender from Auburn, Indiana. Memphis with the throw. Knoxville quickly breaking here after getting possession back of the ball. The referee had given advantage initially. Now sends it back for a set piece. No, Hearn misread it there. Thought it was coming down to his chest. Rose a little bit there. O'Hearn not the tallest center back. It's also played more than a full 90 here, the defender. Malloy with a big cross. Velasquez can't bring it down. It's a corner kick there for Memphis. A lot of these players putting in more than a full 90. If you questioned whether soccer players were among the fittest athletes on earth, I think the proof is in the pudding. As Malloy lines up to take another corner kick. Oh! Peters rising. The Trinidad and Tobago native, 6'5" defender. Reminiscent of Kenwyn Jones for fans of CONCACAF football, the Trinidadian, had many years in the Premier League. Big threat up top. Peters plays in the back, but don't give him a chance on set pieces, because if you blink, it might be in the back of the net. When Knoxville playing out here, Callum Johnson controls. Kelly with the ball, number 8, putting a hard shift in central midfield to the Spaniard, Danny Fernandez, as the ball goes out wide. Johnson again dribbles it out of bounds. Johnson, a second half substitute, as one Knoxville swapped out its front three. Illich, Ross, and Andreessen making way for Callum Johnson, Villalobos, and Jake Keegan. Keegan there, just inching off sides as the linesman raises his flag. Jeremy Kelly there free in the middle for Memphis. He looks to build to number 16. Another slip there from a Knoxville player. Velasquez out wide. Back to Graham Smith, who's on a yellow card for Memphis. Looks like the ball just out of bounds there. When Knoxville gets it back. Throw in for Derek Waldeck as he leaves it for Danny Fernandez, the Bull. Threat on set pieces. One Knoxville has had plenty of opportunities, as has Memphis, from free kicks, corner kicks. Neither team able to capitalize just yet. Fernandez with the big boot. Looks like a foul there on Villalobos. I'm sorry, Keegan, as the number 16 Smith looked to go over top of him. Vanderploom, who had sent in a lot of those set pieces, has made way in the second half, and looks like Waldeck and Johnson are there talking about who's going to send this one in. Stephen Glass, the head coach for Memphis, imploring his men to defend mercilessly here, as it's Johnson to the ball. Referee having a word with Kisiedu, the captain for Memphis. Ball in is cleared by Peters. Rises comfortably to that one as Angelo Kelly wins it back to Villalobos. Sends it back to Kelly. And goes out for a throw-in for one Knoxville. Hard tackle, adjudged to be clean by the referee. It looks like Kelly's leg, his left leg had actually gotten trapped there as Peters went in on the slide. Peters a very, very large man. One Knoxville with the throw. And a drop of concentration there as Knoxville player kicks the ball out of bounds, gifting Memphis a throw-in in its own half. Fernando here with the ball. Oh, Keegan looking to intercept. Peters back to Hamid. Hamid. Fernandez getting in there to deflect the ball away. As Kelly got his head to it. Malloy looking for some space. Those are the danger men for Memphis, and you got to believe that Knoxville has tried their best to keep it a close eye, keep them at arm's length at all times within a defender's reach. Kisiedu, Malloy, and Jeremy Kelly. As Angelo Kelly wins the ball back for Knoxville. Kelly v. Kelly. Could make a reality television series if this wasn't such a battle for the third round of the U.S. Open Cup. That's what these two teams are vying for here. Trying to make it to one more game in the single elimination competition. USL League One teams have fared fairly well in the past. In 2022, USL One teams went 8-3 in the second round. They were 5-2 against sides from the USL Championship. The teams that had won last year in this round were Central Valley Fuego, which one Knoxville will play next at home, the Northern Colorado Hailstorm, FC Tucson, South Georgia Tormenta, and the Greenville Triumph. Memphis eliminated last year by Chattanooga FC in its second round match, as foul there against Kelly. There we go. There's second episode right there, the Kelly v. Kelly reality series. When Knoxville's Kelly coming out the better in that duel as Johnson stands over it, preparing to take another set piece for Knoxville. Sends it in. Villalobos. Oh! It's well over the crossbar. Villalobos, the California native, sent that ball back across I-40. I believe it landed somewhere in Crossville, as 19 Buckmaster for Memphis goes down with a cramp. Got to imagine these players are feeling it. Very warm night here in Knoxville, 80+ degrees. Should be in the 70s now. We're in the 103rd minute of the game, 15-15. That's what we're playing here of extra time before penalty kicks. 3 minutes left before another break and the start of the second period of extra time. Knoxville fans sticking it out. You could see them out there on the mound this evening. Special night here in Knoxville as players had the opportunity to, youth players had the opportunity to show up with the colors and the jerseys of their clubs. Have that get them into the game. A lot of great club soccer here in Knoxville. Last weekend, One Knox sent two of its academy teams, the U19 and U19 boys and U19 girls sides, to Tampa, Florida for the USL Academy Cup. Both teams fared fairly well, earning 2 wins apiece, representing their home city in Florida. A great opportunity for players to get a taste of what professional football may be like. The USL Academy looking to bridge that gap between amateur and professional soccer. Got one player already for Knoxville, Leo Santos, who has signed an academy contract, may make an appearance for the first team at some point this season. Still a high school player for Alcoa High School, just a stone's throw from Knoxville, Tennessee. Memphis with the throw here. As they win it, Velasquez going out wide to Fernando. 2 second half substitutions breathing life into Memphis's attack. Ball cleared by Fernandez. Villalobos with a big boot. Memphis with a throw. Just seconds left here in this first period of extra time. 1 minute of stoppage time is what we'll get. Foul there called against Knoxville. Great opportunity here for Memphis. About 10 yards back from where it scored, where Memphis scored the first goal of the match. Borzak no longer in, but Malloy certainly is. Going to be looking for the head of one of his players. Jelani Peters there in the box, the number 27, 6'5". Potentially getting on the end of this one. Malloy sends it in. It's cleared. And goes out for a 1 Knoxville throw-in. Sam Fletcher there making his professional debut. What did I tell you? The Pitbull was on the heels there. And there's the whistle, and we've got a quick break here. Just enough time to send your boss a text message and say, you may be a little late in tomorrow morning, 9:18 here on the East Coast. 1 Knoxville and Memphis battling for a spot in the 3rd round of the U.S. Open Cup. I'm Brian Gabriel Canever, here with the Big Slate media crew. Back in control after ceding to ESPN Plus in the first 1 Knoxville professional match. Of course, you can watch 1 Knoxville and Memphis on ESPN Plus, the home of USL Leagues 1 and a USL Championship. But we got you on YouTube for this one, so glad you've joined us. Hope you're sticking in there. We got another 15 minutes of football coming up. We're back here at Regal Soccer Stadium as Jake Keegan stands over the ball. 15 minutes to decide who will move on in the U.S. Open Cup. Knoxville or Memphis, East versus West, the 2 Tennessee Titans. Neither side trounced in this one. It's been a testy affair, a tight match. 1 versus 1. Goal for Memphis in the first half. Goal for Knoxville in the second half. Penalty kicks looming here if neither side can find that decisive goal. Villalobos goes for it for Knoxville. Malloy back to Hamid. Hamid out wide. Fernandez clearing. Sam Fletcher. Keegan battling with Peters there. Jelani Peters like a man mountain. Unmovable there against the much smaller one Knoxville attacker. Ball touched out of bounds by Fernando, the Brazilian. Linehos to Kelly. Villalobos. Another throw for one Knoxville here. Deep into Memphis' half. Could we see a goalkeeper switch here with penalty kicks coming up if we don't find a decisive goal in just under 15 minutes? When Knoxville does have Sean Lewis on the bench. The big man, Rockford, Michigan native, played in the championship with Tulsa and Indy 11, has more than 80 games of professional experience compared to Peter Swinkles, who's making his debut tonight. Has held down the fort well for Knoxville. Memphis, before signing Hamid, had Drew Romig in goal. Memphis attacks here. Cross into the box. Cleared by Hearn to the number 18, who sends it in from about 25 yards. It's over the crossbar. Got another substitution here. The third Brazilian in this Memphis side, Lucas Turci, making his way onto the field. Another defender, 6'4". Villalobos there wins the ball. It's back in possession for Knoxville. Linehos. Miscommunication there with Keegan. Linehos, who's also put in such a shift on the right-hand side. The German native standout at Marshall University in West Virginia for 4 seasons before turning professional, playing with Louisville City in the USL Championship. Knoxville fans may be familiar because that is the home of Tyler Gibson, one of the few active pros from Knoxville. Gibson played for Knox Catholic here. So the ball goes up. Knoxville wins it. It's in here for Johnson. Johnson can't find a man. Sends it back out wide. Waldeck dribbling. Kelly with the ball. Kelly sends it back to Villalobos. Oh, and it's Sam Fletcher, the debutant, with his face in his hands as a deflected ball comes back to the Arizona man, who sends it over the bar. Great fight from both sides here. Shots nearing target, not quite on target. Knoxville wins the ball back here. Could it be Keegan? Oh, he looks like he's held back there. No whistle from the referee. Hamid shouting at his defenders. A lot of emotions in the stands here as the home side feels like it's been denied a chance from the spot. Fernando breaking here for Memphis. Back heel to Malloy. The Irishman's got number 16 out wide. Sends it across. Cleared by Knoxville. Keegan's all by himself up top. Villalobos battling for it here for Knoxville. Put a little too much juice on it. See that play again here as Peters, it looks like he may have gotten his left forearm to Keegan. No whistle from the referee, however. If he did foul him, that's smart defending from Peters, from one defender to another. Sometimes when you've got a feisty, creative player huffing down your back, you got to figure out any way to stop him. Have to be inventive sometimes. In any case, Memphis here in possession. And the ball bouncing around like it's inside of a bounce house at a 3-year-old's birthday party. I can say that because I recently attended a birthday party for a 3-year-old at a bounce house. Malloy here with the ball. Out wide, opportunity for a cross here. It's back from Memphis. Been on the right-hand side. Got 4 men in the penalty area here, waiting for that cross. Kelly back out wide. Memphis just slowing down things for a brief moment as got an opportunity here, and the ball's going to go out of bounds for a goal kick for Swinkles. Fernandez tying his shoes again here. I'd recommended the double knot earlier. Seems like he went with the single knot. I like to do the bunny ears and then double it up just in case. Better safe than sorry. Not one to trip on my shoelaces very often. As Waldeck tries some trickery there. Memphis back in possession in its own half. Back to Hamid, who sends it up. Kelly here, dribbling away. O'Hearn looking for Linehouse. Linehouse, can he send it across here? Oh, it's O'Hearn, his own teammate, on the noggin. Wrong place, wrong time there for O'Hearn. See the trainer heading out to the field. O'Hearn, what a shift that he's put in. Lancaster, Pennsylvania native. Played for the New England Revolution's reserve side. It's the MLS side of the New England Revolution. Young but experienced pro. And he's up as Memphis looks to take a throw in. Throw to one, Knox. You got 5 minutes to decide it here before penalty kicks. Villalobos recovering here. Great hustle from the man. Fernandez on the ball. Sends it in. Kelly, who's also been everywhere tonight. Chrysler wins it there as he goes down. Will there be any last-minute changes here leading into penalty kicks? I've seen it happen before. Good run. He's tackled by Fernandez. The Spaniard. One possession back for Knoxville. Kagan on the ball. Out wide. We see another cross here as the Knoxville men get outside the penalty area. Waiting, Kelly with the ball for O'Hearn. O'Hearn. Oh, we got a play here, Villalobos. And again, it's over the crossbar. Villalobos disappointed there. It was a quick play, not a lot of time to react. Lean back just a bit, send it over. Villalobos played for the Chattanooga Red Wolves last year on the team's run to the USL 1 final. Was a loser on that occasion, but Villalobos far from it. The man has plenty of professional experience, highly coveted, big pickup for Knoxville. Memphis here, possession of the ball. Fernando. O'Hearn wins it. There we go, Villalobos. Oh, and just a few inches short there. 2 players down. Van Stieg for Memphis and Angelo Kelly for Knoxville. Players must be exhausted. Knoxville head coach Mark McKeever. He's had a lot of experience with penalty kicks in his USL Cup runs, or US Open Cup runs, sorry, US Open Cup. USL, it's nearly 10 o'clock. I keep getting them mixed up. Apologize, listeners. But as I was saying, McKeever, he's got experience here. He's worked his cup magic in the past in 2018, led Bria to a victory against Indy 11. Lost in 2016 with the Bria to the Oklahoma City Energy on PKs, and again with the Menace in 2019 on PKs to St. Louis. Angelo Kelly being helped off here. Nearly lasted all 120 minutes, Kelly. Was at a lung-bursting performance for Knoxville. Kelly, the Honduran native, grew up in Iowa, has more than 113 games of professional soccer under his belt. Charleston Battery and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds of the USL Championship. Was a former player of McKeever's at the Mississippi Bria, the USL 2 side. It looks like Gabriel Claudio will come onto the field for the Honduran. Claudio makes his introduction with a bruising shoulder to shoulder there. Foul called against Knoxville. We're into stoppage time. Malloy. The ball here as he sends everybody forward, including Peters. A lot of height in this Memphis side. Put some big men onto the field in the second half. Ball in for Malloy. Peters. Villalobos, could there be a counter here for Knoxville? Villalobos pulled back there. It's a yellow. Villalobos holding the ball up there smartly. Jelani Peters, no option but to foul him as Villalobos drove forward looking for a teammate. Actually, that yellow card looks like it went to Sebastian Velasquez at number 55 for Memphis. Ball out wide into the fans. A lot of kids staying up past their bedtime tonight to cheer on One Knoxville at home here at Regal Soccer Stadium. Only its second professional match after its Saturday game against Union Omaha was canceled due to storms and mechanical delay of sorts. Union Omaha couldn't get here, so Knoxville had a little bit of a break. See Keegan here with the ball. Can Linehouse make it? Claudio, Fletcher, Chrysler. Fernandez on the ball. Fletcher, Fernandez. Got about a minute left of stoppage time here. Corner kick here. Could this be the last play of the match? Good rum. Man from Whiskey Country, Middle Tennessee. Also put in a strong effort over 120 minutes. The Memphis center forward, Malloy taking here. Only 2 men back for Memphis. Nobody up for Knoxville. Going to defend this with all 11 of its players. Referee blows his whistle. Malloy sending it in. And there it is. The dying seconds of the match. It's Jeremy Kelly for Memphis. The players from Memphis run to celebrate with Kelly. One Knoxville player is dejected. On the last play of the game, potentially, the ball falls favorably to Memphis. Kelly sends it in to put the West Tennessee side up 2-1. Knoxville trying to set something up here on the restart as we see the replay. Ball bounced off Villalobos, fell to Kelly. Wait to restart here. Here we go. Swinkles gets an opportunity to send it in here. Big boot. One in the air by Peters. Linehouse sending it back in. Big clearance. And the referee blows his whistle. Memphis the victors tonight. 2-1 in this USL or US Open Cup second round match. Knoxville put up a valiant fight on its home turf in only its second ever professional match. But with the flames of the match turning to embers, it was Jeremy Kelly from Memphis who scored the critical goal with seconds left to make it 2-1 to the USL Championship side. You can see the players there for One Knoxville, full of emotion after such a hard-fought performance. USL Championship side, Memphis came in here with lots of experience. You saw Bill Hamid, the U.S. national team, former goalkeeper. Kisiedu romped around all night, as well as Malloy, Borzak, who scored a goal in the first half. One Knoxville never buckled. Both games, both teams swung at each other like heavyweight boxers, and ultimately, just before penalty kicks, Memphis pulls it out. It's 2-1 to the USL Championship side, and they will now advance to face possibly an MLS side in the third round of the US Open Cup. One Knoxville will next be in action away at the Chattanooga Red Wolves this Saturday, April 8th. They will be here at Regal Soccer Stadium against the Central Valley Fuego on April 12th at 7 p.m. Thank you for joining us here tonight. It's been an exciting evening of soccer. I'm Brian Gabriel Canever with the Big Slate production crew. Thank you for joining us.